Hello, and welcome to another episode of Ames's Corner. We're here in my apartment today. Look, you can tell. Yeah. And picked up a power probe today. This is a neat little electrical diagnostic tool. I have a multimeter, and I have a test light, but this kind of merges the basic functions of like a multimeter and a test light, and a few other things that you really would have to make jumper wires and stuff to do. So I haven't really opened it yet, so I figured I'd do a little unboxing video here. So let's dig into it. First off, it comes in a really nice case, really nice case. Kind of if you've got a full toolbox, it can be kind of hard to hide a case like this in your toolbox. But I think I'll be saving it in the case because it keeps it from getting tangled up with my test light and multimeter and scanners I have in my box. So let's see what we get. There it is. And you got some warnings, warranty warnings if you take it apart or if you don't know what you're doing and you break it. Stuff you can fix the rocker switch, and little warnings about the needle that comes on so you don't damage the cables. Yeah. So let's see what we get in the box. This bag here looks like the power probe itself. I've already ripped it open just because I knew I wouldn't be able to film and open it. So we'll just get that out of the way for now. We got some other cables. Got an extension cable here, and we got for doing work on interiors, you can plug this into the cigarette lighter, so you got power and ground. I'll just stick that there. And then it comes with a really long extension lead, so if you're doing like trailer lights or you got to go to a whole lighting system on something long, there's a lot of cable on it, and it gives you some extra. Let's see what else we got here. We got an instruction book, a quick guide. And it's in a couple of languages. I'm sure you can, if you really want to see all of this, I'm sure you can find this online. But different things you can do with it. And then it comes with a sticker. Now a lot of people stick these on their toolboxes. I don't care to stick stickers on my toolbox. I don't really like putting stickers on cars either. If I put stickers on a car, it's usually under the hood. So it'll go there for now. And then this is what's supposed to be in the box, piece of paper. Yeah, there we go. Nothing special. So bear with me, it's one-handed deal here. We'll pull that out. We'll get this little thing out of here. Maybe. Alright. The cat can play with that. So, let me have a seat. Get better at this. Let's see if we can do this. I'm gonna put you down while I wrestle with all these tie wraps that are on it. Alright, I'm going to probably leave a couple on there. I don't need the whole thing to, if you know what I mean. I'm going to stick that in there. And it has the power probe. It's got a little LCD display that tells you voltage. The rocker switch that puts power to the probe in. And then down here, you hold it this way, it'll put ground to that. Has some built-in LEDs so you can see. You don't have to hold the flashlight while you're using it. This here is to turn the speaker, which is here, on and off, which is pretty handy at times. It can also be pretty annoying. Here's the circuit breaker for it. I'm not really sure what the voltage is that it's gonna, or what amperage that'll cut off. And the back, pretty unassuming. Feels a little cheap, for what it costs. These go for about, anywhere from $120 to like 160 on the high end, depending on where you get it from. I think I paid 130 for this off the Snap-on truck. So get these cables hooked up. Now what I have, take you with me, I happen to have in my apartment, because I have my my sports cars here, so I pulled the batteries, or one of the batteries, out of the Miata so I could keep it warm and keep it charged so I can move the car. So we'll just hook this up here. It's kind of hard to film through the camera, and then it gives you the little power up noise. I think this is probably not going to show up just like the other thing. All that's on there right now is just a little speaker to let me know the speaker's on. And when I give ground, you can hear it. Different noises, different sounds, depending on what you're doing. So we'll shut this off for the video, and then you can see the ground with no voltage, and then the power 12.6, because that's what the battery has. Now, the neat thing that this tool will do for you is say you're testing a circuit and it has no power, and you're not sure if what you're testing. Say you're testing a light, say a parking light or a running light on a trailer or a car. You can go on and give it power or ground. I actually have a little light bulb here. I can show you how that works. You just have to hook up a ground. Well, power, it really doesn't matter with a light bulb, so we'll keep it obvious and even. We'll go for ground. Now, I got this little 194 or 921 rather bulb here. Let's see if I can grab a hold of it with one hand. Well, I'm going to put you down. This might work out better like this anyway. So, I'll put this in my little jumper lead here. And basically what you can do with the power probe is, we know we have a good ground, but we want to put power. We want to see if this light bulb works. This could be this light bulb, this could be a wiper motor, this could be, you know, a window regulator motor, or pretty much anything that takes power on the car that does something. So I'll hold the 12 volts. I'm holding the little positive. I'll hold the power, and I can give power to the bulb. See, you can give power to it, and it lights up. Now I could give ground to it, but I'll probably pop the bulb, and I don't want to do that quite yet. So another thing this does is this can test continuity. Oh yeah, it also, see, we know this is hooked up to ground, and I'll put it to the ground here, and you can see the ground wire, the ground light up. And that way, I know I got a good ground, and I can test for ground. I know the bulb's good because I'm testing the circuit through it, so that tells me the bulb's good because the ground's going through the bulb. And then, you know, I can just hit it with power and kick on it. Now, you can also do the same thing. This other lead comes off. It's connected right here into it. This is for testing continuity. I think we could do... Well, I'm not sure how that works yet. Like I said, I just bought this. I've only used one a couple of times, and the little bit I did use, I really liked it. So, let's see what happens if let's see if we can give this a little negative. Well, it doesn't look like it cares. Oh, because that's ground too, so yeah, of course it doesn't matter. But yeah, a power probe. This is something because you're able to give a power and to give ground, and it also gives you the voltage, which acts like a multimeter. They have an amp probe, or a version of this with an amp probe. I've never actually seen it. I figured I'd start off with this one, see how I like to own it. I've popped that before. Actually, why don't we see if we can pop that breaker on it right now. Let's see what happens here. Oh, and I popped the breaker, and that's important. You can see that. Maybe it doesn't show up. Maybe it'll focus. You can see the little tab for the breakers popped out. So we push that in and we're ready to go again. So, I mean, it's really redundant. You're not going to hurt nothing with it. I mean, if I can't blow this light bulb with it, then, you know, you're not going to hurt many other things. So, yeah. Like I mentioned, the other technician, Paul, at the shop has one of these, and I've seen some stuff he's done, diagnostics with it, and he hadn't have to run around for jumper wires or all that, because this does that for you. You know, the different tones are handy, unless you're tone deaf. But, well, there it is. If you've got a lot of vehicles, or you got old vehicles, or you know, small equipment, this will work on, like motorcycles and mopeds, or anything 12 volts and probably more. This will be the tool. This is a good tool to use for it, just because you can put power and ground right to something, and that's handy. That's a handy tool. I hope to really get a lot of use out of this thing. So, on that note, guys, until next time, and we get some good cars in the shop. Right now, we don't really have a lot of neat stuff to video because everyone's got their winter beaters out. Here in New England, you know, stuff gets snowed in, stuff gets put away for the cold, and the salt comes out on the roads. So everyone's cool sports cars or cool muscle car projects are either put on hold or just waiting for the spring. So, yep. Power probe, everybody. And on that note, let's keep it out of the cabbage.